Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our basics series. I should have started this a long time ago, but in this series we're going to look at individual topics of stuff that people have heard of or people think they know about, but often get wrong and lead to a lot of failures in dungeons and raiding and things like that. So, our first episode will be interrupting. Welcome everybody to our basics series, where we're going to go through all those things that people should know and some people think they know but actually get it wrong. Chapter 1, Interrupting. The act of making enemies just stop casting their spells. Everyone knows what interrupting is, but most people are actually awful at it. And scientists do believe that a lack of proper interrupting is the #1 cause of all Mythic Plus failure, and I assure you that after mastering this, two things will happen. 1, you will have a far greater success rate in your dungeon runs, and 2, you will begin to get incredibly frustrated once you realise just how bad people are at doing this. In fact, it only took me a single dungeon run to collect enough failures for this video. Interrupting is not the same as stunning or some other form of crowd control. We will cover that in another video. This is simply the art of pressing your kick or silence on an enemy during a cast. The great thing about doing interrupts correctly is it turns the most dangerous enemies in the game into the weakest. Most people seem to believe it's about speed, but like all good things, a little tender patience will yield the best results most of the time. When an enemy is casting a spell, they are effectively CCing themselves, which is why you will learn to master the late interrupt. This is simply interrupting a cast at the last possible second, depending on your connection. Not only does this mean that the enemy wasn't doing literally anything for the longest time possible, but it also allows everyone else's interrupts much longer to reset. Newcomers will just press the kick button as soon as the cast bar pops up, meaning the enemy will recast sooner, and you can end up all out of kicks like a baby playing football. A good interrupt can move enemies closer together, so when your tank charges in and the pleb DPS start blasting at the place with more health bars, you can be the hero of moving a few yards over, pressing that kick and bringing everything together instead of killing 6 out of 7 enemies and having just 1 stood there left over. The fatal flaw most people do with interrupts is 1, kicking things that either can't be kicked at all. You'll notice some protective border around the spellcast or the cast bar being red depending on your add-ons. Or they kick spells that actually don't do anything just to show up on the meters or to feel that they are helping. Blizzard has gotten wise over the years as players got better at kicking. Now most enemies have a whole spellbook that they can cast when only 1 or 2 of their spells is actually the dangerous one. They are hoping you waste your kick and then get blasted in the face. Being the James Bond that you are, you will learn which spell is the naughty one and make sure that doesn't go through, and no one else will be the wiser to your amazing skills. They also won't die horribly and cause a wipe. Along with this, Blizzard has started introducing some new special enemies that have a certain number of spells they will cast, like the ads on Denathrius. They will only ever cast 5 times before despawning, so kicking them quickly will remove them from the fight faster. As such, you shall become the Chosen One, able to interrupt at the last possible second and also in under a second. You shall practice this, you will train this, and ultimately become the god of interrupting. You will also notice a dramatic increase in success and an insane reduction in the amount of deaths in your dungeons. If you are looking to practice, I recommend the Necrotic Wake. It is actually chock full of enemies demonstrating these things. Go and learn. We'll be back for Chapter 2 soon. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you liked it and dislike if you didn't like it. Upcoming, we've actually got some themed weeks on World of Warcraft specs and classes. We're going to be spending an entire week with them, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on that or miss out on your favourite class.